Here we all are.
Here we all are.
Creating the background, get up here.
Oh, yeah.
Get up here.
It's okay.
Hi, Stephen. Oh,
Yes.
hi, Stephen. Chris with GMA right in front of you.
Hi.
You talked a little bit about it in your speech, but this story, more than any other that you've told, seemed really personal to you. It took a lot to get out. What was it finally that you needed to find in you to put this out on the screen for all of us to enjoy?
I think in a way I needed to find forgiveness. I needed to find, I think, The Fabelmans is an act of forgiveness. It is how I was able to forgive, and I think how my parents were able to forgive each other. And so at the core of this really is, wanting to be able to have a conversation with my past, and that I would be very proud to share with a lot of people I don't know. And it not only took courage to do that, but it took me approaching 74 years old to sit down and write it with Tony Kushner, the great Pulitzer Prize winning playwright and great screenwriter. And so I really lucked out with him.
Hi, Stephen. Congratulations on the win and to the whole cast. I just wanted to ask, what do you want young filmmakers to take away from this personal story of yours and for your career?
I want them to get that feeling that they have an idea, they don't know how to express it in words, but they can take out their device and they can express it on their video app. And the idea is they have a plan and they call their friends and they have a time they're going to meet the next day. And that filmmaker that has the idea, I wish that for that filmmaker to get no sleep that night, to be so excited to get up in the morning and tell that story, even if it's to his camera phone. And that's how it worked for me in 8mm, and I know that's how it works with a lot of young people today. You have to be able to be so excited about storytelling that you literally can't eat and sleep.
Keep track of where the horizon is.
And keep track of where the horizon is. Okay?
Are we good?
Hi, Stephen. Lene with People. I'm also from Scottsdale.
Oh, you're a Phoenician.
I am a Phoenician. Did you have certain people in mind for this cast, when you were writing it, or did it kind of come to you, as you were doing it? Talk to us about that.
Tony and I never had correct me if I'm wrong, we never had a casting decision because we were writing this movie about real people and real memories. And so the cast, as we wrote the script, had already been set in terms of my life, my history, my past. And so, no, we never talked about, wouldn't this actor or actress be good playing my mom and dad? That came only after the decision was made, where I made the decision to actually go beyond the script that Tony and I had written and actually make a movie about it.
The minute that we started talking about casting was the fastest discussion we've ever had. We said Seth and Michelle and Paul, and it was done.
It was really fast.
2 seconds.
Gabe was the hang-up. He was the one that we had to really think about it. Not to cast Gabe. We had to really think about how we're going to find Sammy, because I'm more objective about casting my parents than I am about finding a doppelganger for me. And so we spent a lot of time, and Cindy Tolan, who is a brilliant casting director out of New York City. Cindy cast this movie, also cast West Side Story. And Cindy found Gabriel, and he was in Vancouver. And do you want to explain a little bit about how you came into being Sammy Fabelman?
Sure. In March of 2021, I had done an audition for an untitled Amblin film, and everything is to be decided, and you're like an octopus. You do so much, so that could be anything. And then it wasn't until after I send in this tape that I called to hear feedback, and my manager gets back to me, and he's like, yeah, I think, so I'm hearing I think it is a Steven Spielberg movie, and I think it's about his life, and I'm pretty sure that the character you would just audition for was a young him, and then I'd come across all these articles. It's true, that movie is being made, and all these people behind me are in it, and then I hear nothing for 3 months, and then in late May, I get a text. They want to call back to Zoom with Cindy Tolan. I have these new sides. 2 days from then, I do it, and the day afterwards, I get a phone call. Steven Spielberg would like to meet with you, and 2 days from then, I Zoom with Steven, and we hang out for an hour. I'm acting for half of it. We're talking for the other half, and the day after that, my reps call me and tell me that I get it, and then 5 weeks from then, I'm in LA, and we're in the desert, and we're making Escape to Nowhere.
That was fast.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. You want a photo?